My name is Shanique Stewart, and I am from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I would like to think of myself as a Jamaican now, since I've been here for almost four years. So I call myself a Jambinsi, but St. Vincent is really my home. Right? My practice is very wide. Uh, I try not to limit myself to a particular field, but I'm also known for my murals and paintings. But I do fashion and I do sculptures as well. I also dabble in music, drama, all these things. I don't limit myself, just go with the flow. Art was something I started from since I was about 4 years old. It's the one question that, when people ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? That was always it, it never changed. There were sometimes I didn't feel like I want to be it, but yeah. The visual arts aspect isn't really appreciated as much as it could be in the Caribbean. So I try my best as much as possible to not only make ways for myself, but also for other young people coming up. I consider myself a serial entrepreneur. I look at people who know how to make money, people who also are doing great things in the community. So it's hard for me to pinpoint one or two because there's several I look at. But one of them really is Rihanna, just for her business work, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, these guys who are big deals in their business, basically. There was one thing. In my country, there is this park called Victoria Park. They had several murals, and that was like the focal point for art for me, and going there on drives every time with my family, that's when I got the desire to really say, hey, I want to do art. Yeah. I will start off with St. Vincent. St. Vincent has its plus. I can't bad in for the opportunities I already got from my country. I had to work extra hard for it, but it taught me discipline. But in terms of Jamaica, when I came to Jamaica, there were more opportunities. My Jamaican friends beg to differ, but still, for me coming from that island, there is a lot more opportunities. And in terms of how they accept their culture, the way how they move, that taught me a lot in terms of what I would like to incorporate more in my art. Their sense of pride with their culture influenced me, and also what they like. So yeah. I got to experience, let's say, Jamaicans are a bit more out there, they're a bit more loud. And some people may say it is a negative, and maybe it's a negative sometimes, but I look at it as a point where I can be louder in my art. I've always wanted to be very controversial in my art, but still, being here, it took me out of my comfort zone, and it grew me up. So I was able to transfer that same attitude even more in my art by being here. First of all, the Caribbean is a whole ocean of talent, you know, and we are some of the most diverse people I know. And I think that we are the next that is coming up. How they have once upon a time it was France, once upon a time it was say England, but now I feel like it's the Caribbean's time to really show themselves, you know, and more of us are making it on the international market, and there is so much more people here that needs the way. And for projects like these that come into play that has the international influence, it's an opportunity for us to go out and be and do more and make our impact on the world. For me though, yes. Uh, I always had a mindset where the Caribbean will be my vacation home, but I would like to work in the open world, you know. And opportunities like this, just last year, on my WhatsApp, and I had a very close friend. We were discussing our opportunities and what we would like to be. And part of it was like for me going to France and England, you know, and I would put it up, you know, and I would try and manifest it because I believe in manifesting and work towards doing it. And it so happened that this opportunity came. Although I'm not picked yet, you know, I'm still grateful for the opportunity for actually showing interest and being here. So for me, if I do get this opportunity, first thing I wanted to do was to learn French, first thing. And then from that, I could go into public relations and help in terms of my field. Because I've been there, I've been from zero and I'm coming up. So I will know how to help people at different stages because I've been at the lowest and I'm still on my way up. It's all about connecting with other people, you know. It's sometimes maybe a translator may not be able to express what you want to express, you know. So even if you might not have the full knowledge or vocabulary of the language, it's good to at least understand it to some extent so that you can communicate with people, especially if you want to be in a position where you want to help people to further themselves and you to further yourself. There's several messages, but first of all, I'm going to put God first in everything because for me, that's the base of my strength. That's the person who allow me to meet who I meet and go where I go. You know, that's the person who I'm gonna give the first honor to. Second of all, for the parents who have a child interested in this field, especially the visual arts field, because it's not one of the popular fields, you know, I encourage you to still, if that child is showing some interest, they're gonna need a lot of support. I myself had a child at a young age, and you know, if I didn't have my parents supporting my dream, you know, I definitely would have been, I probably wouldn't be alive. But you know, it's important that you have some form of support. And last but not least, do not be discouraged by failures. Failures are just stepping stones. They help you learn how you can handle situations. They educate you. Do not look at failures as something that, okay, I'm a loser now. That's just a part of life. I don't know one person in this world who has not failed. So it's normal. So it's just how you get back up after it. So don't look at that. Just keep going and learn, basically.